Good morning, everybody. Let me see. Hello. Okay, we have I moved my computer setup a little bit today. Oh, rats. Let me check something here. Okay, so I can see chat. Hello. Good Friday morning, everybody. Want to make sure everyone can hear me. It looks like my microphone is on. I'm a little bit tired, I'm not going to lie, this morning. My son, they had their last football game. They lost, so it was the last football game of the season, but it was a long ways away. So we did not get home or to bed till 2 a.m. So I'm a little bit tired. It's a good thing I prepped this earlier in the week. Otherwise, there would not have been alive today. How is everyone? How's everyone's week been? It has been kind of a week here, very, very long. So I did move things around. Normally, okay, where I work, the window is behind me. While that works great for when I'm just regularly filming, when I do lives, being backlit does not work very good. So I switched to the other side of my table. We'll see how this works today, but you get to see like, whoops, wait. Fabric wall and stamps. So anyway, lots of color. Yes. Oh, well, good. I'm glad I don't look tired. I really had to fast and furious get ready. Usually he'll take the bus, but I let him sleep in as long as possible this morning before I took him to school. And I mean, we barely got to school when school started. And then I came home and instead of showering and getting ready, I laid down, which was a mistake. So we have our coffee, which I love my Witch's Brew mug. I forgot I had this and I just got all my Halloween stuff out last weekend, so I've been using it all week. We're sporting our spooky season sweatshirt, so oh, thank you, Cassie. Yeah, this is probably a much prettier background. I got to thinking about this when I was filming this week. I filmed so many videos this week, and so I thought this would be a lot prettier. The only thing is I need to anchor these to the wall because they're exactly where they're going to go. I didn't anchor them yet, but that's what I'm doing a little bit later. I did just list the supplies for today. They should be in underneath the description. I may have to add some stuff later. I realized I forgot to do that earlier this week when I prepped my card, so I real fast did that before we went live. If you have any questions, let me know while we are live. Let me see. I'm missing some of my chat. Hello, everyone. Oh, you're welcome, Tracy. This is actually one of 2 lives I'm doing today. This one obviously for you guys, and then my Patreon. I know I talked a little bit about that last week. I do a members only live for my high tier every month, and tonight is the first one. I'm really excited about it. So I'm hoping that I'll do my live. I'll do some work. I've got 2 videos to edit, post to do. So I've kind of got a lot of computer work. And then I'm hoping to take a little nap a little bit later today before our live this evening. So I'm excited though. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, good. Kelly, thank you for letting me know the supplies are listed. You are the best at always letting me know. Carol is here. Hello, sweet Carol. Oh, Carrie says her sister would love the fabric wall. She's not a quilter. Yes, and so much of this I've had forever. So I've been making myself, I love to sew. I've been making time to sew. So I love that. I have a whole list of things to do this weekend. I'm really excited. I worked really hard this week so that I could get some sewing done. All right. Carol, yes, please come. I have a guest room now. Come visit me. That would be awesome. Let's see. Hello. Oh, Vicky's from Tulsa. You're not too far from me, really. That's awesome. Okay. So today I thought we would do something a little bit different. I know we do lots of coloring here and die cutting, but I just felt the urge to do some alcohol ink backgrounds. They're quick, they're easy, and really organic. I mean, no 2 are going to be exactly the same. It's fun. And we're just going to play, see what we get. And then we're going to create some easy backgrounds. The Hero Arts cover plates, and I'm going to grab those out here. Let me have a drink of coffee. But I'm going to kind of show you what I'm thinking, and then we'll just play. I thought we would just play today and have a little bit of fun. I have it all organized, I promise. It's all in my little tray. Okay, I'm going to switch the camera around and kind of show you what I think we're going to do today. Oh, Molly wants to know, do you use comic book boards to store your fabric? I use these fabric boards. It was an investment. I've just done it in this last year, but they are fabric organizers. Remind me at the end of the live stream and I'll grab one and show you because they're in my closet. But they're just yes, they're kind of like comic book boards to wrap your fabric. I've had a fabric collection for years. I think I started quilting, I want to say 2013, 14, 2012, somewhere in there. And I bought all the fabric. I mean, I was crazy. I think I'm more of a collector. I'm that way with my paper crafting supplies too, aren't we all? But I've really been collecting it for a long time. Well, I've never had a good storage solution. And I decided I was going to do these IKEA. When I started moving my stuff from one room to the other and getting the IKEA shelves, I decided that's enough. I need to see it so I can use it because I was having to go through totes and things and it did not work. So I did invest in getting these and I will show you those a little bit. I get nothing for it, no affiliate or anything, but I will show you what I use for those because I think they're really awesome. Like I said, they were an investment, but I can see what I have and it's so much better. So I'm not, like I found duplicates of fabric, which I have some duplicates of stamps or ties too. And that's why being organized is so, so important. So you're not buying duplicates. Okay. Oh, my chat stopped. Let me see. Hello, hello. Lori says, do you organize your stamps by manufacturer? They look so organized. I organize by manufacturer, and then within each manufacturer, I organize by theme or season. So let's say we have Lawn Fawn. Lawn Fawn is going to have Lawn Fawn and it's going to have alphabets. It's going to have greetings. It's going to have, like I have, Lawn Fawn's a little bit different. So I broke down critters because that's what they mostly have. So like there's safari critters, winter critters, Christmas critters, fall critters. I break them down like that so I can find things easier. I'm trying to think of something that probably isn't quite that in depth. Lawn Fawn, just because I probably have everything from Lawn Fawn. Mama Elephant is the same way. But I know I had a question from someone, I think on my regular YouTube channel. I haven't got to it. It came in overnight. I just saw it when I woke up this morning. Asking how I store Christmas, if I separate it out from everything else. And I thought it probably would be a good thing to touch on here. I don't. I still keep everything by manufacturer. So Mama Elephant is all going to be together, but I do break it down by category and there's a Christmas category. So when I need a Christmas stamp, I can go to Christmas. My Simon Says stamp. My Simon Says stamp, Christmas is all together. And it's got Christmas stamps, Christmas dies. And that way I can find them easy, but they're still organized by brand or manufacturer. I hope that makes sense. Brenna says she knows all about buying duplicates. Thank you. We're the same. I just found something the other day and I'm like, well, I'll just be giving that away during Handmade Holiday then because I apparently bought two. Messy Missy Creates. My stamp organizing video is coming. There is some stuff on the back end. It is nothing bad, but there is some stuff on the back end that has made me had to pause putting my office videos up. Hopefully I can get those up within the next couple of weeks. I just, like I said, it's nothing bad. It just has to do with some linking and stuff. And so I just needed to hold off on getting those up. I'm so sorry, but that's going to be part of it, is how I organize my stamps. I'm actually going to break that. I filmed something separate for that because I've had so many questions and I thought I would go a little more in depth just in how I do it. It's definitely one way. You can do it any way you want. All right, let me see. Yeah, Lori, organizing, I hate it. In fact, you guys can't see, but on the other wall, I have like 3 stacks of fabric. They're not super high. They're on top of some cabinets, but I have 3 little stacks left over, and it's like all of my white and neutral fabric that I still need to wrap around boards. it's not fun, but when it's done, it is so amazing. So I needed something from that white stack, and I was so mad at myself that I haven't organized it. So that is on the agenda. That's going to be done this weekend because I've moved it like 3 places. When you have to move your piles from one place to another, it's time to put them away. All right, you guys. Tracy says, what shelf do you have your stamps on? It is the IKEA Billy shelves, the ones that have given me such fits. I still don't have this big guy, the wider, taller ones. I still don't have my last one because every time I go, I have wanted to go, they're out of stock. But it's the IKEA Billy shelves. Yes, Joyce in Christ says, if only to be organized. Good morning, everyone. Organizing and not crafting. I have found if I'm organized, I can spend more time crafting. I'm going to give you guys another fun example. I knew that I had that Simon Says Stamp little tree house from Stamp Timber release. It's from their regular release. It's a die. I looked for it for 45 minutes 2 days ago. I was so mad. I didn't put it away. I didn't put it where it's supposed to be, and it actually got put into, I have a little tote of giveaway stuff, and I found it slid in between there. This is why I put stuff away when I'm supposed to. Yeah, Odin is running around chewing on stuff, so if there's some squeaking, that's what that's going to be. Kelly, can you purchase online before you pick up? I have tried, and they do not at this particular store, the one that's closest to me. I mean, it's semi-close, the IKEA. They will not let me hold it. I'm so annoyed. I have tried multiple times. I can't even begin to tell you guys how many times I have tried. Sheila says she loves to organize and am good at it, but she can't seem to get to creating anything. You know, I think it's like any muscle. The more you practice, the easier it is. There are always challenging days, but I find that because I do it so often that I think that does help. Just getting in there and playing. And today we're just going to play. Sometimes just create something. Don't have like the end goal in mind. Just create. When I actually created some of the sample backgrounds for this, I didn't have a plan. I kind of had a rough idea of the things I wanted to use, but I simply thought, let's just grab some alcohol inks and play. So let's do that. I've chatted you guys' ears off for 13 minutes. I'm so sorry. Let's see. All right, we're going to switch around. Alcohol inks. I don't play with them enough. I love, love, love them, but I just don't play with them enough. So here was I'm going to show you kind of my thought process. So I have these gorgeous Christmas cover plates and Happy Holiday cover plates from Hero Arts. I love these. These make I mean, there's so many things you guys can do with these. So many things. I mean, you could die cut it for multiple colors of cardstock and inlay them and piece them, ink blend behind them. Literally, the sky's the limit. But I thought, wouldn't it be fun to create some alcohol ink backgrounds to go behind them? So this was kind of the original plan. So these are the 2 that inspired me for Christmas. I do want to show you because I do think I listed them in the supplies. Say you don't want to do Christmas. Well, actually, here, real quick before we get there, this is a slimline. I did not do a slimline style, but we might do a slimline background today. And then I'll do this one a little bit later, but this is really fun too if you like slimline. And this is called Slimline Christmas and New Year. And then if you don't want to do Christmas, we've got the XO, which would work for lots of different things. Obviously Valentine's and things like that, but love, anniversary, wedding, whatever, or just a love you type card. And then there's a happy birthday and a thank you. So you could really create lots of backgrounds and then create these awesome add these cover plates over the top, and you instantly have a card. So those are just some of the options from Hero Arts that I think are amazing. And then I do want to show you, they have this gorgeous, and it's the Nativity cover plate. I didn't even get it in a package yet. I did go ahead and do this because if you want to do something a little different, and we're actually going to create the blue background for it, not this one. But I did die cut it already, and it's so pretty. We'll just pop it. it looks really much better over a blue background, but I absolutely love that. So that's an option too. If you've got some shape cover plates, you don't have to do a big sentiment like this. This is so, so pretty. So we are going to use that one. Those were kind of the main ones. Then after I did all the inking and stuff, I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do the alcohol lift ink? Have you guys done alcohol lift ink? I would love to know, because it is one of my favorites and I just don't visit it that often, but I love it. Is the middle of the O missing? Cindy says, you know what? No, it doesn't die cut that. It's just kind of more, I think you're probably talking about this. It doesn't, there is not a centerpiece. Let me find it. I'll show you. You could definitely add something. I mean, add a little heart, add a little wreath. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do, but it does not give you that little inside piece. So I'm going to go back to that. Maybe we'll even do a little poll today. Should we do a poll? Let's add one, you guys. That's not it. There it is. We're just going to do have. All right. I just have my little poll up there. Polls are kind of fun to do. Let's see. Jacqueline says she's done alcohol ink lifting. Cindy says no, but she has the ink pad. Roberta says yes, but she doesn't know how to use it. Brenna loves doing it. Messy Missy loves doing it. Oh, yay. Okay. I haven't used my alcohol inks in a long time either. And so I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun. So here is kind of my plan. I will tell you when doing lift, I find red rubber works better. I will use clear, but we're going to use background stamps today. And I have found that if you use a more solidish image, so like the reindeer and these trees, this tree is actually like my favorite. They work really good. So these are the two, and then I guess we have the outline. So this isn't a solid image, but these are the three I picked out and they all worked amazing. I'm going to give you a little tip when we get to this portion about what I think works best when the lift ink, but we probably better create some backgrounds, don't you think? Let me move all of this out of the way so we don't get ink anywhere. I don't have like a sticky mat. I just work on my glass mat. If that's wrong, don't tell me. No, I don't mind working on this. I'll usually just take a little rubbing alcohol and clean it up later. I'm going to grab all these and move them away. So I'm using some YUPO paper. I'm just going to grab one to start with. Let me see if I have anything. Oh my gosh, Tracy says she was obsessed with alcohol inks for a while and even bought a little air compressor. Oh, that's so much fun. So that is going to be a key today. This is the Tim Holtz blower. Other brands have it too. I really love this thing. I think it works really good. We're not going to use any like felt pads or anything today. We are just going to play. So I'm going to create 2 blue backgrounds just because I wanted them for my card. So the colors I have are, or I like this color combination the best, sorry. Purple Twilight, Glacier, and Pool. That's what we're going to use. I like this color combination for the snowflakes, but I also really like this color combination for the nativity. Some alcohol blending solution or some alcohol. And then we are going to use this Pinata Brass, which I absolutely love. I'm going to mix that up a little bit. It's got a little thing in it. And then if you have pipettes, that is what oops, that had something in it. That's why I wore black today. This works great for this brass. It's kind of what I use to place it where I want it a little bit better. And that's kind of what we're going to use here. So we've got our blower, brass, our blending solution, and our inks. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to add some ink and really splatter, but we're just going to go with it. I just add little bits and then we'll play with it. There's really no right or wrong. I mean, I'm sure that there are some much more technical ways to do this, but you guys are getting the good, or the Nichol way of doing this, not the good way, the Nichol way. Oh, Linda says, uses one of those baby things. That's so funny. Yes. Okay, so this is why the blower is amazing. Look at that. So while this is really cool and it's moving it around, this is when I need some blending solution. And you could have put a little of that down first if you wanted. I'm just going to go around I like to go around the edges. And part of the reason I start with a bigger piece is then I can just kind of trim it down to how I want. So we're going to just kind of continue to move this around. The blending solution does help it move a little bit better. And then, before this gets too dry, I am going to add some of this brass because I love a little touch of it. I need to clean this, I think, because it is not wanting to open. All right. And then I just kind of suck up a little. And then I add it maybe a couple little places. I don't add a super lot of it. And I made a mess already. That's the thing about alcohol inks. I make a huge mess. Oh, good. Donna says she loves this. Okay, so it's not moving great. Let's just add a little bit of blending, or a lot of bit of blending solution, because I like those little metallic-y flakes to scatter. And then we're just going to kind of keep working it. The great thing, it's pretty, I mean, you can keep adding to it, add on top of it, move it around until it dries. I just kind of keep playing with it. I do want to mention, the more metallic you use, the the less lift ink. You're not going to get lift where those metallic inks are. So kind of keep that in mind. That's if you don't want to do lift ink. I don't think for the Nativity, I'll probably do a lift ink technique. That's why I thought I would do a couple backgrounds. So I just kind of work it out. I don't worry about the edges because we can trim all of that down a little bit later. I'm just going to add a little tiny bit, or a lot of bit, whatever. I love that little metallic-y trail there. And then kind of when I have it, I think this is pretty. I am going to set this aside to dry. And if you, Janet wants to know if photo paper would work. I have not tried that. If someone knows, can you let me know? Joyce and Christ wants to know if you can use something else too. You guys, I think glossy accents. How about glossy cardstock? But I don't know. I've not used it. If someone has a little bit more experience in that, can you let me know? Let's see. Vellum acetate glossy cardstock. Thank you, SK. Is it more AU100? Thank you so much. Photo paper. Yes, everybody is saying glossy photo paper. I really wish I had some. I probably do somewhere. Let me move this over to the side so I don't make a mess. And I'm also going to grab a little cloth to do a little cleanup. Yes, everybody's saying glossy paper works, like photo paper works. That's good to know. I will have to try that in another video. So I'm just going to do a quick swipe. I just used a little rubbing alcohol because it lifts it right up. Not a ton. I just put a little bit on here and wipe it away. That's what I do. I don't know if that's right, but that works for today. Oh, good. Someone says, Roberta says she's used photo paper, but has not used the lift with it. Okay, that's good to know. Let's try again. And this time I'm just going to add a little of my blending solution. I'm just going to create a couple of these backgrounds while I have these colors out. And it's just play. Oh, good. Linda says she has a ton of photo paper and is going to give that a try. That would be awesome. I'm going to have to go dig up. I think I have some photo paper too. I'm going to have to go dig some up and see. This is really relaxing to me. I don't know what it is, but I love kind of the whole little, just moving it around, adding little bits here and there. We're going to add a little bit of that brass, although it looks like I needed to mix that up a little. And then I'm just going to keep moving this because this is pretty, I got pretty wet. It's got a lot of blending solution. It's kind of an annoying noise though. Sorry guys. And then along those edges, when it's kind of harsh, that's usually where I'll add a little bit more blending solution. Or if I think it's not blending really, getting some kind of funny little lines. Sometimes I like those. Sometimes I just want it to be a little more smoother, I guess. We'll finish this one and then we're going to do our green and red and pink backgrounds. Something I've noticed as I have tried this technique, and this is not probably just in this, it's kind of in a lot of things, I generally like tone on tone. DK Sherby says now she's trying to try this, love the metallic mixed in. I have to say the metallic is maybe my favorite thing. I didn't love metallic. I wish I could remember. We were at a craft retreat, I want to say like maybe 3 years ago. Who was using this? I have to think about this. And she said to get this, and she was so right. I love, love, love it. I kind of don't love this right here. The great thing is you can just kind of keep playing and playing and playing. There is no right or wrong. Like I said, every background is going to be different. Okay, that's kind of pretty. I'm going to show you really quick. So I did die cut my panels from white cardstock. What did I do with that? I thought it was right here. Well, we'll just grab one. I wanted to show the Nativity one, but I can't find it. And I literally just had it and I don't have a mess. But when you I'm not going to put it right on top because it's still wet, but look at all that pretty color that you see back behind. That's what I was going for. I really wanted the Nativity. Oh, there it is. So I just thought that looked like a pretty night sky. So that's kind of was the basis for this color combination. Liz says, have you ever used a hairdryer? No, I have not. I have used like if you have a straw, you can blow through it. I don't want to do that on camera, but I have done that before. So you can blow through a straw and kind of get a similar effect. I will tell you, blowers like this work so much better after I did use a straw. Let me move this guy out of the way so we can create another background. I want all these to be drying so that we can get a good lift here in a minute. And let's just kind of clean this up. This requires, at least for me, I like to do a little cleanup in between each color change. And then I am going to make sure my lids are all on here good. Have you guys ever been using these and didn't get the lid on good and tipped it over and made a ginormous mess? Good times. That might or might not have happened. Okay, Christine says she thinks it would blow it too much. Depends on how forceful the lowest setting is on a hairdryer. Yes, and no heat. Thank you. That is a good point. You don't want to use heat. Let me see. Ulrika says now she has to play with alcohol ink. What is the gold brass being used? It is, don't have the lid on. It's the Pinata Brass. In fact, I need to mix it up a little bit more, I think. And it does have one of those little balls in it since it is there. And it will require being mixed up. You can always see it settles. Like I mixed it really good last night, but all right, this time I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to do like droplets. I think we'll probably do this for the next two backgrounds. I'm going to do like a little line. That's Mojito. Whoops. And this is lettuce. And I actually really loved these together. Then I think I have a little bit, yeah, I do. We're just going to do a little of that. And I'm going to start moving these, and I'm going to use a little less pressure and go a little slower just to start, because I kind of want to keep the lighter over here. And we're just going to do a little bit of blending solution and then the darker green over here. But I really like these together, and I think it kind of gives a pretty fun kind of almost rusticy looking, especially with that lettuce color. Let's add just a little more here. Try to move that down. But if you do a little line like that, you can kind of keep the colors separated a little, which I love. And then I love the little, I don't know if it's showing really good, the little metallic-y just right here along the center is fun. Let's kind of move a little bit more. I want to make sure that there's enough space to, when I trim this down. Hey, Odin, if you would take that toy to another room, that would be awesome. Odin thinks he should be in here chewing on his toy. Destroying his toy, more like it. Okay, I actually really kind of like this already. I don't think it's going to need a lot of adjustment. I actually don't like that though. That kind of ruined it. Let's see if we can fix it. Cindy says, do you use the Adirondack mixative? I don't. DK Sherby says it looks like leaves with veins. Have you read, Nicole Sims says, have you tried a red and green mix? Okay, I did, Nicole, and it ended up looking like a hot mess. I think I would do a different technique if I want to use red and green together. I'm going to try that later. I destroyed 2 pieces of paper and decided I didn't want to do that for the video today, but I'm sure you can. Christine says, does anyone still have the Adirondack alcohol inks? They were also made by Ranger and were all the rage in the late 1990s, early 2000s before Tim made them popular again. That is so fun. I would love to know if anyone still has those. Good morning, Melanie. Oh, Ulrika, thank you. I kind of thought that that was you. I thought I recognized your name. Thank you for your sweet DM on Instagram this week. You really made my day. I was having a really rotten day, and so I appreciate that. I think that that's the most awesome thing. I think that's the most awesome thing about this community and being able to do lives and being able to do social is the back and forth in the community. I think it's super helpful. I think it's super helpful during kind of this time in the world. to feel connected to others. And I love it. It's part of the reason I love showing up for these live streams, because I get so much from it. So, I mean, I hope you guys enjoy it too, but really you guys don't have, it helps me so much. So I love you guys. There's my sentimental for the day. Let's see. Several of you have those Adirondack inks. That is so awesome. They last forever. You know, isn't that amazing? Some supplies, I'm just going to slide over here real quick and put this background down. Some supplies dry up and do not last. I think I actually do have a couple of Adirondack inks. I probably got them in something way back in the day and had no idea what they were for. I'm curious. I thought one of these, I'll have to go look in my alcohol ink cases. I thought one of them said Adirondack on it. I'll have to go. I'm curious now. When we're done, I'm going to have to go look. All right, so that was my green. I'm going to make sure my lids are on. And then we're going to just do a little red and pink background for our last one today. Oh, thank you, is SK Moore AU 100. Oh, good. Liz, thank you. Yes, I love my fabric wall. I have to say it might be my favorite thing about my new office, even though I papercraft in here most of the time. Okay, we're going to be using, I should probably switch back to that, Poppy Field and Gumball. And I'm going to do something kind of similar to what I did for the green background, because I kind of liked it. And I'm just going to actually start with Poppy Field first. And that's mostly because, I don't know, have you guys found, if you work with alcohol inks, reds kind of are a little different. I don't always love, I mean, I love red, but, so I'm going to do my red. I mean, gosh, that's kind of pretty as is, isn't it? One color, isn't that awesome? Just for interest's sake, let's just kind of add a little, whoops, that's all right. That did not have very much brass in it. I probably need to mix that up and grab a little more. I just wanted to see if the brass with the Poppy Field would be, like I said, this is completely, yeah, that's a lot more metallic in it. This is completely playtime. There is no right or wrong. These could be made into anything. You could die cut these. You could die cut them into tag shapes and make gift tags. Gosh, I think that would be gorgeous. I've been making all the tags this week. I have so many tag videos coming. Tags, you can die cut these with word dies. Like I'm thinking like chunky word dies. Kind of, I mean, obviously you can see if this was like a solid Christmas word die, wouldn't that be cool? Rainbow backgrounds. Rainbow backgrounds are always awesome. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. I do think this needs to move a little bit. It's a little too circularly. Let's add a little pink now. I'm just going to do a little pink up here. Let's add a little colorless blender. And we're just going to move this one around too. This is a really harsh line. I don't like that. And you can let the blending solution sit and make like little circular shapes if you wanted to. You do not have to use the blower to blow that out. That's kind of harsh too. So I just literally play. There is like no right, no wrong. Let's add a little dab of that. I like those little metallic bits. And then I just probably need to see, I need to make sure that there's enough area to die cut this and it's not going to have a big white. Sometimes I don't mind a little white in it, but I want it to mostly be covered. So you can see I have no real technique. This is completely just anything goes. And I totally messed up that corner. Oh, a Halloween color would be really, really cool, Linda. Yes, Anya says she still has lots of them and the Lift ink doesn't use them often. I don't either. I don't even know why, because I love them. Like I said, I find this very relaxing to not have like a goal. I have to say, I wish I could remember. I think I saved it. On Facebook, I found an artist who actually paints with these. Like, it was a jack-o'-lantern, and it was the most amazing thing. I was fascinated. I sat and watched the whole video. It was so amazing. I don't think I can do that, but I guess I could try sometime. Okay, so we have a little red and pink background going. Obviously, it's super messy. I'm going to move this one aside to dry. Odin, no. He's just going to get more and more loud, I guess. Okay, love the reds, Carrie says. Oh, I love that. DK Shorby saying how her handle got to be. That's fun. Denise, yes, the blending solution is used to move the ink around. You can also use rubbing alcohol. It needs to have a pretty high alcohol content. Let me just do a little more maintenance because I've made a huge mess. So, and usually that little pipette I use to get the brass out, I usually keep it in something so I don't make a mess, but we're live, I forgot. I'm going to make sure my lids are on, and I'm going to set all my alcohol inks to the side because they make a huge mess. And let's see. Christy says, has anyone ever tried to use quality watercolor paint to make something similar? I would love to know. Carrie says, will I show Odin today? Does everyone want to see him before we move on? Since he's here and he's being super annoying. Come here, Odin. Come here. Come tell everybody hi. Good boy. Here is Odin. Yes, I love you. Say hi. There you go. Okay, go get your toy. So that is Odin. Maureen says she saves her ugly alcohol ink papers and die cuts words or letters from them. That is so perfect. I love that. Oh, good. Handmade by Ruby is from the UK, and she's crafting and making Christmas cards with the Lawn Fawn Magic Iris dies. I love that. Thank you guys for the love for Odin. He's super spoiled. Odin, please don't squeak that. Go to another room with that. Okay, I threw his toy. Let us get back to making our backgrounds. So, let me move this. The next thing we need to do, I'm going to trim them down. And I'm going to move everything we don't currently need. He brought the toy back to me. Awesome. I'm going to grab our blue backgrounds because they should probably be dry. They do dry pretty quickly. And I'm just going to trim them down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Probably a scant 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to show you how I did this. I kind of figured out what part of the background I like the best. Like if I die cut here, see I have that big white spot. So I think I'll probably do kind of like right about there. That looks good. And then I just put it in my trimmer. And we're going to go ahead. Did that? Let me make sure. And we'll just trim it down. Now you could save these little little strips. I think these would even be cute, like maybe to make little strips on cards and have a really big, bold sentiment, either die cut or foiled or something. Maybe I ought to try something like that later. I think that would be fun. So then what I'm talking about is scant, and I'm only do a little bit smaller just so it doesn't stick out beyond the edges of our die cut panel. So we're going to go ahead and die cut that. And then I check again. This is really high tech, guys. But I just want to make sure I'm using the prettiest part of the background. And again, you get some more cute little pieces. You could even maybe die cut something from that. So those are fun little things to save if you like to save that. And just slightly smaller than 5.5. Okay, so when we have it trimmed down, there's what that looks like. And I love that for the nativity. So for the nativity, I really don't think I'm going to do a lift ink. I'm probably going to leave it just like this. But I'm going to set that one aside. And the other blue one is what we're going to do the lift ink for the snowflakes. I think we're going to do the Happy Holidays for that. All of these covers from Hero Arts were die cut from A2 sized cardstock. So 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. Actually, I kind of like this edge better. Let me see. Maybe right about there. And then when I kind of have it, we'll just trim it up. So you can see my paper trimmer actually lifted some of that brass off. It's probably not all the way dry. This happened when I did these earlier this week too, when I did the sample backgrounds. I simply removed this later and used a little rubbing alcohol, or blending solution will work as well, to clean it up. Let's see. DK Shorby says that ray burst is the perfect spot for the star. Okay, so a little confession. That was a happy accident on this background I did. In fact, I don't even like this one as much. This was my sample one, and this is all the way dry now. It's had several days to dry, but, and it's not sticky. When I did this, where did that background go? I realized that it kind of was great for that, for the star. And so I tried to replicate that a little bit for today's card, just because it was one of those happy accidents that I was like, I love that. All right, there's our blue background. Let's move our little scraps here. And let me see if my green background is dry. I see some little white spots in here, but I don't mind that. We're going to leave it. I'm going to just move this. Oh, thank you. Julie says that she just found my channel recently. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I totally missed. Joyce and Christ and Kelly are talking about a card that Nina Marie did. Now I have to know which one it is. Zara says it reminds her of a stained glass window. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to bet my red background is still a little red. Oh, red. Yeah, it is still red. It's still wet. We will probably trim it down in a minute. And you can see it's picking up some of that alcohol ink. I would just suggest cleaning it. Normally, if I wasn't doing a live or in a hurry, I would let these dry a little bit longer before doing this, but we will be fine. All right, we're going to come back to the red background. Let's go ahead and do our trees and our snowflake lift ink. I'm going to just move my trimmer. Oh, I missed one. So we are going to start with our blue background. And for this, I like to use a MISTI in case I need to stamp more than once. I will tell you for my samples, I only stamped once, and I think that's because I used a stamp press tool. I have this from a YouTuber who sent this to me. In fact, I used to have a link. I will get one when we're done if you guys want one, but it's a block with a handle on it. You can also use like a hockey puck pusher, air hockey puck pusher thing. Anything like that. It just kind of helps with the pressure. I only had to stamp these once, so I didn't have to worry about it. And look at the great lifting I got. So hope we get those good results today as well. I've already removed my foam. Cindy, I did not see your question. Let me see if I can find it. Does adding the alcohol still allow the lift to happen? Yes. So this background, actually these backgrounds, I couldn't get my blending solution to open. I had to, for whatever reason, my blending solution stuck, and I was in a hurry this week, so I didn't. I ran it under hot water and was able to get it open for today. But you can also use regular rubbing alcohol, and that's what I used for these. Either one will work. But yeah, we're going to be able to get the lift to happen. If I didn't answer that right, please ask again. Let me make sure my chat is up to date. If you use alcohol, does it affect the lifting? No, it should still work just fine. I hope I just answered that, since I used rubbing alcohol for these, and I'm using the blending solution today. And we should get the same result. Let's find our outline snowflake. So I know I mentioned this earlier. Clear stamps will work. I have used clear stamps with the lift technique. I will tell you, I think red rubber works better. I think it's a combination of using like a pusher or whatever. So this is where I was also going to tell you my tip. My tip for getting good results with this, and where did I put it? Oh, here it is. With your alcohol lift ink, couple things. If you want your ink pad to stay nice and white, let's say, I'll show you that in a minute. Let's talk about this first. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I re-inked it with the re-inker before stamping. The juicier this, I mean, you don't want it running out, obviously, but the juicier your ink pad is, I think the better the result. So I re-inked this before I used it the other day. It should still be good. So I'm going to show you what I mean about keeping this white. It's lifting. Keep that in mind. Whoops, my background came up. So we are going to pop that in our MISTI. We're going to ink up our outline snowflake here really good. And like I said, I re-inked this, so it's a pretty juicy ink pad, and I think that helps so much in getting a good lift. You could use individual snowflake images if you wanted to. There's a lot of things to do here. Then I'm going to press this, and I'm going to push on it, and I used pretty good pressure here. So it lifts. You can already see it starting to work. That means that there's ink here. You could stamp this on paper. I'm not going to today. But let's say we don't get a good impression. Let me grab a dry cloth. I forgot my cloth. So what I like to do then is kind of gently go in and buff, and then you're going to see the lift a lot more. I'm not going to remove this from my MISTI. Oh, look at that. And you probably want to use a clean corner. A paper towel works too. I just didn't want to run and get one. Oh, I love it. Look at that. So you just kind of want to gently buff over where it is stamped. You want to make sure it's dry, the cloth you're using or the paper towel. And that's awesome. I love this. Okay, but let's say it didn't lift good. First of all, we would not have removed it. You don't want to immediately take your ink pad and do this. It's going to lift those blues and purples onto your ink pad. So if you needed to restamp this, you would want to clean your stamp really good. Let me just grab something to clean it. You would want to clean this up and then re-ink it and restamp it. I hope that makes sense. Otherwise, you're going to end up with an ink pad. I should have got it out. I still think I have it. My first lifting ink pad, I was so excited, and I immediately inked it back up, and I have an ink pad that's all blue. So don't do that. Yes, the guard does come off the Tim Holtz trimmer. Oh, good, and Kathy says she's cleaning it now. Oh, good. I am so, so glad. Yes, getting that guard off of that trimmer and cleaning it once in a while is amazing. Works so much better. All right, let's do the trees. I will tell you, when I did my sample, the trees were the first one I did, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to lift ink all of the backgrounds. The Ink and Garden Spot says she thinks the blending solution moves the alcohol ink better because it has an additive to it. Yes, I would agree with that. After doing both, I really prefer blending solution, but in a pinch, yes, you can use. Oh, good. Kelly says I'm making sense. Good. All right, so we have added our second background. We're going to go ahead and take our lift ink. The thing about this tree stamp, so it's solid images. There's an outline image too, kind of a newer background stamp from Simon. I think it would be cool. May have to try it one of these days. But I love the all over background, something that has a lot to it. And this will work with individual images as well. I know I'm using background stamps today, but do keep in mind you can use individual images for a little bit more perfect placement. I have done that before as well. And then I just like to make sure nice even pressure. Oh, you can see it already working. Look at those trees. And so then I'm just going to take a clean corner of my dry cloth, not the one I used, and I'm going to gently buff away. And I tend to like move that clean corner quite a bit because it is picking up some ink and I don't want to smear it around. And I can tell I won't have to restamp this. I could probably take it out of here to clean it, but we'll just do it in here. Look at those trees. Isn't that fun? And I love how it's a little imperfect, especially kind of where right in here. All right, second background done. Look at how fun that is. And I love the little peek through that window. You could even make this a shaker if you, I've seen these made into shakers. I'm not going to make a shaker today. I have made so many shakers this week. I'm a little bit shakered out. All right. I mean, is that even possible to be? Betty says, can you show how to remove the guard at the end? I sure will, because I have one more background to trim. So I will show you cleaning mine because it's got stuff on it. I will do that next because we need to trim down that red background. I was giving it a few more minutes to dry. All right. I'm going to set my trees aside. Let's go ahead and just move our Misty real quick. I'm going to grab this and step over Odin. He's decided not to squeak his toy anymore and instead to lay under my feet. That's always fun. Barbara has so many good tips. She says that it depends if you drop alcohol instead of spraying alcohol on the alcohol ink, and she prefers to drip pour alcohol versus spraying. That is awesome. Oh, that's cool. Is it Cremel 2812, you can put a few drops of glycerin into some alcohol, 91% or higher percentage, and it will act like the blending solution. That is a great tip. Thank you. Oh, it's going to pop off as is. All right, let's just trim this down first, and then I'll clean it. I definitely gave it more time to dry than I did the other day, because my red background the other day, oh, it stuck and it made the biggest mess. All right, there's our red background. First thing, do not do this because this blade is sharp. Exhibit A. That's what I did when I tried to cleaned it the other day. I accidentally bumped my hand. Shut that. And then lift up here from the bottom and it hinges right out of the top. And then this has some cleaner on it. I just clean it all up, get rid of all the sticky, all the ink. I already cleaned mine earlier this week, so I got rid of it, but mine had like adhesive gunk on it. I mean, it looked bad, so bad. And I really like to make sure it's good and clean. All right, that looks good. Then you simply take it and hinge it back in here, like so, and then the other end just pops right in there. So just really be careful with this. That mine comes out a little easier just because I have removed it to clean it several times, but just really be careful. I don't want anyone to cut themselves badly. Okay, I hope that answers. Barbara says she's done that so many times. Oh, thank you. I love, yeah, Exhibit A, the ink and garden spots. So don't, it's like do as I say and not as I do. Kelly, yep, true crime fan. There's my true crime. Who knew crafting was my true crime? All right, let's do some reindeer. I will tell you I messed up my reindeer sample, so I'm real excited to see how this one looks. And if I'm not mistaken, the reindeer background is on clearance, I think, at Simon. I have a link to it down below, but I'm almost certain that the reindeer background is on clearance. I think there's a stamp set, I don't know that I still have it, that came out several years ago. This is a Kathy Zilski design. I think the little reindeer would be cute with this if it's the right size. Like you could add it over the top of this. All right, alcohol lift ink. Let's let the magic happen. I'm probably over ink it, but I really want to make sure that I get every little spot. Oh, good. I'm so glad that taking that guard out helped. I didn't think it removed for the longest time, and then it kind of was a happy accident. Oh, so cute. All right, again, I'm going to find a clean area. And I found this with my other sample. I think well, first of all, I think my cloth maybe had cleaner on it. I think I grabbed the wrong one. So I smeared. I'll show you guys here in a minute when I'm done with this one. Oh, fun. So I'm just going to kind of go one by one, and I'm going to keep moving my cloth. To hopefully get the best impression. It's like magic. I love how we uncover each new little one here. And where the ink's a little heavier, it's probably not going to lift a whole lot. But I like that. I like the kind of imperfect background. Alrighty, so much better than the other day. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this one. So I totally messed. See how I smeared this corner? Such a bummer. But this side is pretty good. And I think I could die cut this into like a little tag or something. So I saved it because I think we could do something cute. Just kind of right in here. I even think, okay, so this is my plan. We'll see if I can do this when the video's over. Using like a little circle tag die. And then maybe even putting like a little reindeer die or something in the center. I thought it would make a really cute tag. So we'll see. I save those little bits and pieces because who knows, they might come in handy. DK Sherby says she tried cutting a few papers at the same time and the guard popped off by itself. Maybe that's what I did. It's been a while since I found out that happened. Betty says she's trying and hers won't come out. Okay, let me look. I just kind of lift right here, wiggle I'm going to wiggle the whole table. I'm sorry, guys. Try wiggling it until it pops out. It does fit pretty tight because it's not made to come out. But I kind of lift, wiggle, and then just pop. See if that helps. Ooh, Carrie says the reindeer stamp is on sale for $9.99. There you go. Messy Missy Creates says mass exodus. Everyone runs to Simon Says stamp. That's so funny. Oh, I'm laughing. Okay, I know that when I checked last night while I was sitting up waiting to pick up my son, all of these cover plates from Hero Arts and the background stamps were in stock. I cannot promise how long that will be, but they were in stock for the time being. All right, let me see. The more you take it out, the easier it gets, Barbara says. Yes. Just please be careful that first time because mine is loosened up because I have taken it out and cleaned it so many times, but I don't want anyone to get hurt. All right, I think, let me move that and that. So here's kind of my plan. I forgot to die. I was going to just die cut another one of these for this. I think I like that. I think that's so cute. The little deer popping through those letters. I'm going to die cut another one of these. I may not do it on camera, but that's okay. I may do that when we're done, but I do want to show you finishing a card. So this is easy, easy. Let me get a drink. Sorry, my mouth is dry. I had a bunch of these out, but now they're missing. I have a bunch of these sentiment strips. So this is the Reverse From Me Christmas. All of these sentiment strips come from this. Now you totally don't have to do that. I'm going to probably add embellishments because you guys know me. Like I think a little heart or maybe even a little die cut tree right here with a heart would be really, really cute. I don't know though. But I want to add some sentiment strips to these. So Joyous Greetings at Christmas, I already know for a fact. Yes, this one is foiled. This is from another video. I will link that below when we're done. It's kind of a purpley color, and I thought it was so pretty. That's for my nativity card. I really, really liked that. I know for a fact I'm going to find the star die and die cut it from holographic cardstock. I kind of didn't realize I wanted to do that until this morning. So that's going to be the finishing for this. Probably maybe some little star sequins or confetti. That's the plan for that guy. I really want to figure out what I did with my sentiment strips. Pardon the noise real quick while I look. Because I had one for everything and they're missing. And if I dropped it on the floor, Odin took it somewhere. And it's probably chewed up. And that's not going to make me very happy. All right. Well, it doesn't matter. I can trim new ones if I can't find these. Oh, here they are. They're stuck to the back of this panel. Yay. Okay, Christmas hugs and kisses. So I thought wishing you a very Merry Christmas. You can kind of put it anywhere you want. I just think it's a nice little finishing touch. Again, I think a little like blue or purple heart right here would be super cute. And that's really all that's needed to finish that guy up. I'll probably go ahead. I might just do that one. I might do this one too. I think happy holidays to you and yours. You can do like sending lots of Christmas cheer to you, from my home to yours. I even kind of think that's kind of cute. You can play around with it, but I like the sentiment strips with it. Let's see. Okay, something funny. Oh, Susie, thank you. She says, please use Nicole's affiliate link at Simon. Thank you. Cindy says that sounded like a dance move. You're talking about getting the guard out of the trimmer. Kelly, do your cloths ever come completely clean after cleaning up inks? If so, what's your secret? They absolutely do not. Absolutely do not. I'm going to show you. They are clean, but this is what they look like. These are my clean ones. Oh, that one has something in it. I probably tried to clean up glue with that one, guys. So no. So here is like a dirty one. So they will get somewhat clean, but they're all stained. All of them are stained. Oh, good. I cleaned up grit paste or something with this one. That was smart. And as smart, I mean not so much. That one probably needs to be retired or trimmed, cut down. Oh, DK Sherby says that she started this card frenzy less than a year ago. And when she showed her husband the first card she made, he said, why don't you just buy some from Sharon? Well, that wasn't very nice. It is a process. Oh, good. All right, let me grab some adhesive and an embellishment, and let's finish one of these. And then, like usual, I'll probably finish the rest off camera. Odin, you're in the way. All right, I got some options. Odin's under my feet and I about fell down. Cindy, thank you. Janice, I got those cloths from Amazon and I would be happy to drop a link when we're done. I have a lot of that to do today. I forgot to keep notes. If I don't, you let me know. Odin is being ornery. Oh, DK Sherby, that is hilarious. You are making me laugh so hard today. Thank you. Oh, Vicky, I'm so glad that you love that tip for foiling the mink strips. If you missed that video, I actually minked an entire sheet of this. You get multiple sheets. So I didn't mind having a whole sheet that is this pretty kind of purpley color, lavender, lilac, whatever, because I knew it would look so good with like snowflake backgrounds, especially. So I just minked up the whole thing. But you can definitely mink one or foil, because you can use a laminator as well. 1 sentiment at a time in whatever color you want. So maybe you only have one sheet. For example, the Simon Says Stamp card kit for November comes with 1 thank you sheet. Maybe you don't want the whole sheet to be a certain color. I foiled my sentiments from that for my video I did earlier this week on the Simon YouTube channel. And I cut them apart and only foiled the ones that I wanted. And it will work. The foiling will work for both the reverse, which I'm using the reverse sentiment strips, but the white strips with the black text, it will foil that as well. It just is a little less foil. Okay, I just kind of go around the edges. You could probably put adhesive here too if you wanted, but I'm not going to. This should be good. I do use my tweezers. I really should have shown you guys. Maybe I'll do it right here. If you pull this just part of the way and kind of fold it back on itself, generally I would do that on both sides. It's going to give you somewhere to hold on to, like if you want to hold both sides. So I'm going to hold right here because that's where the paper still is. And then you can line it up over your background. This is like one of my favorite things. And rip that out and it's perfectly, I'm going to do that again and show you because it's one of my favorite little tips. I need some foam adhesive too. Wow. Here I thought I was all planned and I don't have anything. Let's get all the adhesive while we're over in the other part of the room. All right, so I'm going to grab some foam adhesive strips. We're going to pop that little guy up. Hey, Odin, you're still in the way, man. He's completely unbothered by me walking over him. Does anyone else's dogs do that too? What kind of foil do you use if you want to use a laminator for the sentiment strips? Okay, you can use, like if you're using a mink and you like Heidi Swap's foil, you can totally use her foil, but I will tell you Deco foil from ThermoWeb is my absolute favorite. I love, love, love Deco foil. All right, let's pick out a heart because I feel like you guys know me and we need a heart accent. I can't decide, like I feel like that's too light. Here are our options. Deco foil all the way. I love Deco foil. And these are foiled with Deco foil. The exact color, oh, Princess Periwinkle maybe? It's something like that. I'll find the name. Okay, I like that one quite a bit better. I think these blue ones are just too blue. I might have not grabbed, I didn't grab all the colors. I'm sure this won't surprise anyone, but I have these hearts in like every color. Oh, no, I like the purple one because it matches that. And I think we'll just pop it there. We could add a couple more other places, but I'll do this one for now. I'm going to show you that tip for the adhesive again on another background. Christy says, what solution do you use to clean your red rubber cling stamps? I use the Simon Says Stamp Cleaner is what I generally use. Like almost all the time. I think I'll probably add a few more things because you guys know me. I like to add all the things to my cards. But I want to show you. Okay, the adhesive trick. If you don't want your adhesive to get all the oils from your hands, when you're placing it over a background, this also works like if you're putting together a shaker frame. This is a great tip for that as well. All right. Let me set that aside. I like to use my tweezers. So on the sides, because that's kind of how I hold mine, I'm just going to pull it part of the way up. At the top and the bottom, I'm just going to peel that all the way off. And then we'll pull the other side part of the way up and just kind of fold it back on itself. And then right here, because the backing paper's still on, you can touch it and not get all the oil from your hands on it. And then you can simply line it up. So I would probably start up here at the top. Oops. And of course, oh, well, it shifted. Ignore that, you guys. Luckily, this is going to peel off because it's the YUPO paper. Normally, this works real good, except for when you're live. And I don't want to stick my head in front of the camera. All right, take two. So I press it down there, and then you can just pull these sides out. Ta-da! And then I'm sure that we will add a little sentiment strip here too. Although I think we just need one. And I will do this for the rest of them as well. And then of course I'm going to take all pictures and add some finishing stuff. I just really wanted to show playtime with alcohol inks and then some lift ink today. All right, let me see. Brenna says has to go be responsible. Thank you so much for joining us today, Brenna. All right, I'm going to pop this in place and then I'll flip the camera and we'll do a little chatting. So here's kind of our backgrounds. I'll put the rest of these together a little bit later when we're done. Anyway, all right. Does anyone have any questions? Simon says stamp with alcohol lift ink too. Pink alcohol ink on the backspace key has been saved. I might have missed something. Maybe I need to scroll back. Diane says her schnauzers learned a long time ago not to get so close to her feet they get stepped on accidentally. Odin is a slow learner, unfortunately. He has been stepped on. Denise says she doesn't have a laminator yet. Will any type of one work? I believe so. I know I mentioned this when I talked about my mink. I'm actually just going to buy a laminator. I haven't bought one yet, but as far as I know, anything else I've seen, a laminator will work. Let me see. Christy, you're welcome for the tip on cleaning the guard. Oh, yes, Kelly, I really need to make you my moderator. You're so good. Okay, she says I'm supposed to show the fabric boards. Favorite color in general, and Amazon fiber cloths and foil color. Hold on, I gotta make notes. Kelly, you are hired. Thank you so much for keeping track of that. I'm gonna grab the photo boards, but I'm gonna make my notes because otherwise I'm gonna grab the foil when I'm over there too. Oh, did it already go by? Favorite color, probably aqua. And the fiber cloths. Thanks. Anything else, guys, while I'm out gathering things to show you? Let me know. And I can grab that foil. All right. First things first. These are the fabric photo boards. This is the small. It's 5 by 14. There's another size too. I'm going to tell you why I got this. So here's this one. This is 10 by 14. They're fabric organizers. The website is thefabricorganizer.com. I got these because they're the same height. So I'm going to show you. Let's just pick one. This is probably a small, yes. Okay, so this is what the small one looks like because it's probably, oh, and I'm just hitting everything. This is probably a ½ yard. So it goes on the smaller one. And then, like this orange has more fabric on it. So it goes on this bigger one. I got them because on the shelf, when they're lined up, they're the same height. They have one that's shorter, but I didn't like I liked it like this. So that's why I got these. And I will add a link to this. Thank you so much, Kelly, for reminding me. And I'll show you them again for anyone. So this is what they look like. The fabric, it has all these little things that pop out that hold your fabric when you wrap it around. I love them. I think I bought them, they had a sale, and so I bought multiples. Let's see. Oh, a lot of recommendations for the Royal Sovereign Laminator. Yes, Amy, I think I have two, and I think that's the one I'm going to get. Stephanie, that is fabric behind me. Oh, thank you, Laura. I really do love my fabric collection. I love to sew. I love to make cards. I love crafting. Oh, Cindy got the pink alcohol ink on her keyboard. Try a Q-tip with a little rubbing alcohol on it on the key and see if you can get off the alcohol ink from your keyboard if you haven't already. Okay, that was one of my questions. Favorite color is probably aqua. You can't see it because I did my shelves in rainbow. The aqua's down near the bottom. I have a lot of aqua. I also have a ton of red. I love red, but I have a lot of aqua fabric. Aqua is my favorite color. The next question was the foil. I'm going to switch the camera really quick. The foil I used for the sentiment strips, deco foil. It comes in these cute little tubes like this. This color I used is Prince. Oh, not Princess. It's Prince Periwinkle. I have had this for a while and never used it. And the color, you guys, is gorgeous. I love it. It kind of even goes with my nails. I love it. I will show you. You get a ton. So here's the sheets in it. Look at this. So I foiled actually 2 sheets and I still have lots left. I don't know if this will work, but it would be awesome if I could foil that with that. You know, I may try that later with the Spellbinders Glimmer. I know that this foil doesn't always work, but I'm curious if we could get it to foil. Maybe I could even just put a piece of cardstock. I don't know. If I, oh, I know what I could do. I could foil this onto a solid piece of toner paper. So they sell some toner paper. I may try that later because you could get a whole bunch more sheets. Oh, you guys, I just have, if I do that, I'm going to film it and do like a little short video. All right, let me see. Zara says, besides felt, have you used any fabric on cards? I really don't. Joyous in Christ, other colors in the metallic. Do you mean the deco foil? Oh, good. Another vote for the Royal Laminator. Okay, Christy, that's definitely what I need to get. Oh my gosh, Susie, I am so jealous. All of your Christmas cards are addressed and ready to go. Oh my goodness. Barbara, if you don't have a laminator, how do you laminate the sentiment strip? You can't, I don't think. You're going to have a heat laminator of some sort. Yes, a toner sheet, Carly. That's thank you. I couldn't think of the word. I'm going to use a toner sheet and I'm going to try that. Can you glue that one down to cardstock? Yes. Yes, lots of votes for the toner sheet. Yes, thank you guys. I'm totally going to do that because it gives you a whole nother set of sentiment strips. I'm excited to try that. If you use an embossing folder, especially 3D, they work great with fabric. Oh, that is a great idea. I have never thought of that. Let's see. You can print your own toner sheets, definitely. Just Country Girl, what's the trick to getting good coverage with the deco foil and laminator? Mine are coming out very splotchy. I would say check your heat settings for your machine. Generally, when I've had that trouble, it's been a heat setting issue. Yes, foil with a light color like white. I'm going to have to try that. Done with Christmas shopping. Liz and Susie, you guys win. Christmas cards done, Christmas shopping done. I have not done either one. I'm not winning. Yes, Teresa says you could cover a piece of cardstock with double-sided adhesive and put the foil on it and run it through a Big Shot. Great. How many Christmas cards do you make and send out? Cindy, that has changed over the years. I don't even know. I'll keep track this year. Lynn says foil those leftovers with the Pink Fresh solid foil plate. Yes, I just don't know that it works with deco foil. That's the only issue. Let's see. Lisa, I talked about my craft room video. It is just on hold. I have to, it's a work related thing. I hope it will be up soon. I will definitely keep you guys updated. It should be up. If it's not up this year, it'll be up in January. But we'll see. The toner sheets are black. I don't know if it'll look good. I'm going to give it a try and see. Probably for certain colors it would look better than others, but I'm going to try it. No harm in trying it. Glimmer plate. Yep, I may try that too, just because I'm curious. Yep, Christmas cards if you're ordering, or if you're in Christmas gifts, if you're ordering items. Shipping may take longer, that is true. Oh, good. S. Mayer says she's alcohol ink challenged, came in late. Honestly, just play with it. It's just play and have fun. That's all I do. Let me see. Okay, Tracy says it won't work with the deco foil. And you mean the Pink Fresh and the, yeah. That's what I was afraid of. I'm going to try it with the toner sheet. Let me see. Lots of suggestions. Oh, for the splotchy foiling, make sure you dust your foil, cardstock, and carrier sheet. If there is dust, it will be splotchy. That is a fantastic tip. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Okay. Well, I think I've hit everything. If I have missed anything, let me know real quick, and then I'm probably going to let you guys go. Looks like the sun has moved, and it's shining right in my face. Let me see. I will have my Handmade Holiday series. I did mean to mention this earlier. That started yesterday. I have a video up for that on my YouTube channel. I have another one coming next week. It will be, I want to say Tuesday or Thursday. If you're a Patreon, you're going to get it this weekend. They get early access, but it will go up. Monday is the 1st. That means we have new My Monthly Hero. I'm super excited. I will have a new video for you there and projects. Pink Fresh has a new release. That is the 3rd, I believe. So I will have new projects for you for that. Lots going on. If you're part of my replay crew, thank you guys. Love you. Thank you so much for watching the replay. I appreciate you guys so much. Missy creates the Patreon live tonight. Will we be able to see the replay? Yes. If you are part of the replay crew, yes. You sure, or not replay crew. If you're a Patreon, that should be available to you because you'll have the link. So you can watch it at your leisure if you cannot be there tonight. That would be fantastic. Let me see. Cindy, how do you take photos of cards? It is not a fancy setup. I will try to do a behind the scenes photo of that someday. I use replica surfaces, photo boards, and then I usually have some lighting of some sort. It's funny. The finished result is never what you see out here. Same as the office. Let's see. Carrie says, can you do a video comparing different blending brushes? I probably could. Let me make a note real quick. And there are lots. Thank you guys so much. I think I've got everything. If not, I apologize. Oh, good. The Ink and Garden Spot says, love your Halloween attire in all your videos, especially the spiderweb sweatshirt. Thank you. That is a Target purchase. I love it. I have several Target sweatshirts. Thank you, Pat. She says she loves my cards. I appreciate it. Okay, you guys, I think that's it. I have some links I need to add for you in the description below. I will be doing that as soon as I end. I'm going to finish up these cards, get photos taken. This post will go up in the morning. It'll have pictures of the finished cards and stuff. So please make sure you're subscribed to my blog so you'll get that in your inbox. And love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.